I picked from the file.
Go on and answer, Moses. I don't think those are insurmountable questions.
Chair, if I may seek guidance, can I choose any order to answer?
Yes, absolutely.
So that I can.
As long as you answer all the four questions.
Thank you very much.
In as precise a manner as they are precisely asked.
Thank you. Chair, I ask that because I would want to dispense on the whole issue surrounding Chapter 6 that have been raised by Honorable Robert Boy and my good friend Honorable Ichongo and Honorable Opio and I. We've come from a very divisive phase in the politics of our country. Most of us were players in that contest for a long time. And for myself, this contest was, or this participation was way even before I became a member of parliament, since I came back to this country in 2007. So I've been around for around 15 years. I was also around before even I went into professional practice. I should have mentioned that I was the treasurer of the student organization of Nairobi University. So I was politically exposed from that point. And I grew up under the wings and tutelage of Kennedy Matiba and Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. So from the onset, I was weaned and grew up at the time that you were agitating for multipartyism and democracy in this country. That kind of a background at a very early age, because I started working with the team of Matiba and Jaramogi. I was part of the Sabasaba movement. I was there at Kamukunji when we were fighting for removal of Section 2A when I was only 21 years old. And as a participant, we've been involved in, yes, very divisive moments. And the division that characterized this country also shaped many people. So that's a reality. It can only be my hope and desire that all of us collectively will be able to see a Kenya that now, because that is now we're talking about 30 years, that you can be able to graduate into better political culture that is more issue-based, that is not personality-based. Within those 30 years of divisive politics, we've all collectively said things and done things which to each other we need to have a moment of repentance and forgiveness against each other. And that is not just to me, that is to many political players in this country. So let me say that any perceived extremism or divisiveness on my side has been shaped by the kind of political culture we've had. And going forward, as we progress, I am going to play my role in ensuring that we have a culture where political competition is not enmity, but it's just that, competition. And I do not think that personally, as a person, I have got anything within my DNA that is synonymous with hate or extremism or separation. I have been in this parliament. I enjoy very cordial relations with most of these members, good moments and bad moments, and with most political players. And so to answer the question of the Honorable Robert Boy, I think I passed that master of Chapter 6 that would enable me to play my role in taking this country forward. I am cognizant and aware of the accusation by one of the affidavits that was received about having accepted to receiving a bribe. And I think that matter was taken out of context. I was called upon to explain my comment by the Speaker, and the Speaker did point out to anything within my comments that was deemed to be external, and the Speaker ruled on that matter. Whatever I said that was outside, including some comment that was not very good to my friend Junet, whereby I actually said that comment, confusing our social life outside with life inside Parliament. But I would say that I was called upon by the Speaker to explain, I explained, and in my honest and humble opinion, that matter is spent and is res judicata. And that's what I can say about it. To answer to Honorable Opio and I's again, as you say, correctly misunderstood. I am misunderstood in some quarters, but those quarters are mostly within social media and elite circles. If you go to most corners of this country, they know me as a peace-loving Kenyan who is committed to cohesion and who has worked a lot to bring people together. As I can say, from some of the region where someone like Kuria and I come from, a place like Kondele, I am the second most popular person after Raila Odinga, and that's on record. So I am committed to cohesion, and Kenyans can look upon me as somebody who is going to work to bring Kenyans together. Thank you, Mr. Chair, on that issue of Chapter 6. I wanted to dispense on it so that we can, in my opinion or my request,
Chair,
spend time to...
Chair, again, on a point of order.
Yes.
So I think why I raised the issue of the issues the Honorable Mbui was raising, because I have actually traced the particular issues he was pointing to. And one of them, Honorable Chair, is an email from a Peter Mongai, not on an affidavit, and therefore, Honorable Speaker, in line
That
with
is
all
not
procedures,
admissible.
is not admissible, and the Honorable Mbui should not be allowed to even quote it, refer to it in... there should be a mistake from the clerk's office, because anything on email that is not an affidavit, Honorable Speaker, I think you should guide us on whether we should be referring to emails, because nothing stops any member of the public from making whatever manner of allegation, and those are the things that the Honorable Mbui was referring to.
Chair, I wanted to just respond to the majority leader and say that is not made up. I have found it in the file, and I have meticulously read through the file. So yes, it is not an affidavit, but it is part of the contents of the file that has been placed in front of us for us to be able to use to vet the nominee. And also, I believe the nominee is able and capable of answering even allegations, because that's basically why we are here. Thank you, Chair.
You know, the standing orders is very clear that any member of the public who wishes to bring to the attention of the committee anything adverse against a nominee must bring it by way of affidavit. The clerk tells me that out of exuberance, they decided to pass on to the nominees even materials that were not admissible under the standing orders. So to the extent that that is an email, Robert, we rule that it's inadmissible. Let's deal with the affidavits that are on record, and we have furnished them to the